Fuck. This isn't an Ava. This being a potentially touchy subject, I need one thing and one thing only. My only real savior. It's not the water that's boiling, it's something else. I think starting this. Oh Father, what is the punishment for apostasy? Because I found someone else. During my Ghost in a Shell AI Gnostic allegory video, questions of religion came up and I responded with saying that I don't like religion. But I like religious symbolism. I feel as though adding a touch of religious symbolism in a show adds a level of mystery and an overall sense of the unknown. And in such a logical, scientific-based show, it's quite remarkable to see the two converge. Like how in Ghost in the Shell, the angel descended down from the sky for a brief moment right before Makoto and the Puppet Master were shot and destroyed. Or more subtly, how the final battle was taking place in a cathedral-like building with the Tree of Life engraved on the wall. Science fiction and religion didn't go this well together since like every single Dan Brown book ever made. And it's pretty cool. And I'm not the only one who thinks it's pretty cool. Evangelion is loaded with religious symbolism, but according to what Anno says, it's not put in strategically, but instead they just put it in because they thought religious symbolism is cool. Hell, even the meaning of Neon Genesis Evangelion literally translates into Gospel of a New Century. So, get a load of this. There is no actual Christian meaning to the show, we just thought the visual symbols of Christianity look cool? What the hell? What are they talking about? I mean, no one would put in obvious imagery and symbolism subliminally in his or her work just to get a message across. That merely only adds to a cool factor. Simply adding religious symbolism here and there every few minutes periodically, then saying it's not put in systematically seems a little bogus. Point being, if religious symbolism is added because they thought it was cool or any other reason, it's still religious symbolism regardless of the reasoning. That would be like me making an entire video about how religion is the source of all evil, but not because I hate religion or because I'm an atheist or anything, but because I think Christopher Hitchens or Richard Dawkins is cool. It doesn't make any sense. Why I don't like religion isn't the purpose of this video, but instead why I think religious symbolism adds more depth to a show. Evangelion always felt bigger than it was because there's this sort of supernatural element through the entire show that just made it feel as though these metaphysical happenings were incomprehensible and overall not in the hands of science to maintain. And Ava, being as science savvy as it comes, makes for really interesting, unexplainable encounters that much more captivating. Of course, in reality, we wouldn't substitute religion when a phenomenon can't be reasonably explained with science, but as far as fictional books and shows are concerned, I'll accept it, as a way to move the story and add diversity. Even though the Evangelion team claims their clearly religious themes have no religious meaning in the show, this is probably said to avoid controversy while potentially treading on a sensitive topic. Most obvious examples of symbolism in Evangelion could be the naming conventions of almost everything. Angels, presumably from the Old Testament, are attacking Nerve. Notably, the first and second angel, Adam and Lilith, have their clear roots as well. First angel Adam, as in the biblical Adam, the first man created by God, and Lilith, as reference to Adam's first wife as described in Jewish folklore. Adam and Lilith having their own fruits of life and fruits of knowledge seeds, not to mention that Lilith was impaled with the spear of Longinus, which just so happened to also be the spear Jesus was impaled in during his crucifixion. And whenever an angel were to die, a cool Christian cross-like explosion followed up afterwards. All the angels have religious origins as well. Seventh angel Israfel, also known as the angel of the trumpet, in Islam, where the angels play trumpets from the holy rock of Jerusalem on the day of resurrection. 11th angel Irul, angel of fear. 5th angel Remiel, also my favorite, the angel of hope, also meaning the thunder of God. 10th angel Sishakal, fittingly the angel of the sky. 8th angel Sandalphon, meaning co-brother, archangel in Judaism and Christianity. I mean, the list goes on with some pretty fascinating visual and naming conventions. Not just with angels, but with documentation as well, like the Dead Sea Scroll, diagrams of the Tree of Life, mottos for the nerve headquarters. The naming conventions of the nerve locations are usual references to biblical real-world locations. The nerve supercomputer Magi is separated into 3 divisions named Balthazar, Casper, and Melchior. These 3 mentioned in the Gospel of Matthew as having supposedly visited Jesus in Bethlehem. Like, what other show do you know that will name its supercomputer after biblical characters? It's absurd, but I love it. The very idea that these strange occurrences have some sort of deep historical backstory makes it all the more believable, more convincing. It's more conceivable, but in a sort of ambiguous, cryptic way. If I could say anything good about religion, I guess it sort of brings a bizarre sense of unity, tradition, or culture. Whether you believe it or not, Evangelion has this same sort of vibe. It gives off the impression that the backstory has a vast heritage and it can't be matched with science or any other means for that matter. It's this sense of unquestionable divine judgment that's always there throughout the show. This is the same sort of feeling I got while watching Eva go berserk for the first time, or watching Rei transcend into a god. I'll believe in Evangelion's Bronze Age fairy tale any day, metaphorically, not literally.